Love is the highest vibration.
Hi, guys, and welcome back. This is episode 1 of season 4 of Dreyas Closet. I'm so excited about this episode, Lily. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Guys, this is a big, big, big thing. For those of you who don't know, me and Lily have been friends for a very long time, family. I'm not even friends, family for a very long time.
Yeah.
Um, and so this is very full circle for us both because we both have some stories to tell. But
Yeah.
today it's about you. So without further ado, this is Miss Lisa Thomas. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy that you're here
And I'm
too.
so proud of you and everything you have accomplished and everything you have going on here. It looks amazing.
Thank
I have
you.
to say, it does look amazing. And
Thank you so
was
much.
proud of you.
Thank you.
And I
I'm
love
so
you.
proud of you too. So where are you at today? What's going on with Lisa?
Today, just living a really soft, good life.
Yeah.
Like honestly, it's just one of those moments where you just have a vision for yourself of where you want to be at. Right now, I'm living out where I want more in life, but this is part of like where I've always wanted to be, where I'm
Yeah.
at right now in my current condition, you know?
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's amazing because I
Thank
resonate
you.
with that so much because I feel the same way about a lot of things that's going on.
Yeah.
And with that, I know that you are taking on more positions like within the community,
Mhm.
with your work. Why don't you tell the people a little bit about like what you do and like what you're
Okay.
expanding into?
So in 2013, I graduated from Hudson Valley Community College. I wanted to be a counselor. I got a human services degree. And so I always wanted to pursue something in that sector. I actually was going to Albany because I was going to be a social worker, and it was recommended because of the requirements that it would be better for me to get a communications degree. So I went into that. I didn't complete. I had to leave. But anyways, from then I didn't work for a long time. So finally, when I came back to life, I got a job at I work at a cafeteria. I'll just tell you that. And they have a harm reduction program there.
Okay.
And when I saw what they were doing in the community, helping people that were, because I'm very connected to addiction because I'm a product of addiction, and so it was my opportunity to get in there and to help people who are actively using. Most people that I deal with, but helping them, get hope and help them with their goals and help them to live healthier lives.
Yeah.
To stop the transmission of hepatitis C and HIV,
Yeah.
and basically so that way people can just protect themselves from themselves and protect other people that are in the community. So I just really love what I do.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, like you said, we dealt with substance abuse and things of that nature. But from the sounds of it, it sounds like out of the negative outcome with the substance abuse, it seems like it's turning into a positive
Well, yeah.
because
So
you're now using your experience to help others.
yeah. So I've been clean now I don't use any drugs at all. I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. I don't do anything anymore. And I've been clean now for 2 years and 7 months.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Well, congratulations.
thank you. And it was like a huge thing for me to do in my life. It totally changed everything for me. It's a disciplined lifestyle, but the rewards are just tremendous.
Yeah.
So, it was one of the best decisions I ever made, to actually be working on a different path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Thank you.
And I feel that it is very important to do that within the community. Like, that's what triggered, well, that's what started my talk show,
Yeah.
was coming out of my addiction, finding clarity, getting clarity over things that I didn't have clarity on, and then now wanting to share the knowledge that I gained during the pandemic, and just like help people heal as much as I can in my own way. And I see that you're doing that as well.
Yeah, coming out of addiction was really hard because I just feel like uh, substance use, drinking, and it's no shade to people that still continue to use, because if you use, it's it's an individual choice to stop, and but for me it was just it was like a hamster wheel of just like destructive behavior for me.
Yeah.
I wasn't a person that was able to use responsibly. I
Right.
was just very destructive in my life, and I saw what it was doing to me, and I saw I wasn't reaching my full potential because I had so many plans for myself that I just couldn't accomplish doing
Yeah.
that. And so by the grace of God, I was able to get help, and I was able to turn things around. And it was really hard. It was really, really hard. Like, I had to really discipline myself. I had to really buckle down. I had to really cut people off. I had to disappear for a while.
Yeah.
And, but not everyone's going to be able to do that. Like, to be able to have that opportunity or to have that space, that safe space to be able to do that. And I was blessed, and I did that through prayer and, the support of my family and people that love me like you.
Yeah.
And I was able to do it. And so glad that I did.
I'm so glad that you did too. Like, I always tell you how much our lives synced up, even in the worst. It was like the synchronicity was crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm just, like I said, I'm so happy that you're
I'm so
here.
proud of you too.
Listen, like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I'm getting low key a little emotional because it's like to see you in this light, and then to just know exactly what you mean by like wanting more for yourself, and then now being able to achieve it. Like, and then it's like once you start, it's like the windfall. It's like the floodgates open, and then like all the blessings and everything starts matching up. Yeah. So also in finding yourself again, I know that a lot of people were thrown off by you suddenly choosing to transition again. And even though that wasn't recently, it was during a period of time where you were still, in your ways.
So a lot of people have different journeys when it comes to transitioning. Like, you're very fortunate to be able to transition at a young age, and that's beautiful. And I actually, to be honest with you, I actually tried to transition when I was in my early 20s. Me and my best friend, we transitioned together. She actually ended up fully transitioning.
Shout out to Nikki.
Yes, my best friend. My best friend. Actually, what people would gag at is that I actually tried to transition first.
Right.
And I kind of inspired her to, work up the courage to do it as well. We both always wanted to, because we both come from the same type of our story is a lot alike. It's a lot different too, but it's a lot alike. But anyway, so she stuck with it, and I fell out of it because I just had so much obligations with my family that I just didn't want to disappoint, and I knew that I would lose a lot of people if I did that. And I was at the point, I was just so loyal, and that's not a bad thing. The fact that I wasn't strong enough to put myself first.
Yeah.
As a result of that, of me not, I believe if you don't find your truth in your life, you will continuously be looking and searching for some kind of fulfillment that you'll never be able to get.
Right.
And I felt like I was doing that, like constantly looking for some kind of fulfillment. And what happened was drugs. As soon as I decided that I wasn't going to transition, that I felt like I couldn't do it. I just fell into drugs. I went back and forth to prison for a very long time. A lot of people don't know that. I was in and out of prison, I've been in federal prison, state prison, you name it. I've been there. And so, once I got out of, off parole and everything like that, I kind of gave up on my aspirations to transition, and I kind of dived more into trying to be the best man I could be, and I wasn't happy. Even though, I had moments of happiness. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I just did things like, I was working out. You know what I'm saying? I was, taking care of myself at the time. I actually had got off drugs at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because it was always back and forth with the drugs. But anyways, I gotten off the drugs. I started just smoking weed.
And this was back in like 2012.
This is when we met. When we met, I was like really trying hard to like really.
I could tell that you were. With my background, I'm very familiar with like NA, AA. I'm very familiar with like having a sponsor, what sponsors
Yes, and I was
were.
doing that.
I'm very familiar. So I see, even though at the time I couldn't pinpoint and say that's what's going on because I didn't have enough experience yet.
Mhm.
I didn't know that there was internally something that you were.
It was a secret. It was a secret that I had.
I could tell. Like you know, you always know something is like something's going on, but you don't know what.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that
it was
makes
a
sense.
secret. So I was overcompensating in a lot of ways. You know, and it was coming to fruition, especially like in my personal relationships. You know what I'm saying? And even my sat with myself, it just was a lot of uncomfortable moments. And in my intimate relationship, it was just like, at the time there was just so much of my lover didn't know it, but I knew that there was something that was just wasn't connecting in that way. Is because I was feeling one way but really feeling another. It's really confusing to talk about, and people that don't understand our way of life really, I feel like I've always felt very misunderstood, and I feel like a lot of trans women, maybe trans men too, I don't know because I'm not a trans man, but I'm sure that there's feelings of disconnect and misunderstanding, and and people assume things that just aren't there. So, and back then I was really relying on what other people thought of me. Like that was the most important thing. Like today, I don't really. I mean, I'm like a normal human being. Like I'm not going to say I totally don't care what people think, but but that's not like the thesis of my thought process. Like I think about what's best for me, not best for someone else at this point.
Yeah.
So, anyways, to make a long story short, there's a lot of ups to downs. It was like a hamster wheel. Anyways, as a result of not connecting with my own truth, I went back to drugs, and through that, you know what I'm saying, and I kind of was like fell off the what do you call that? I like
the bandwagon.
I like disappeared because I stopped doing things I was doing. So now I'm like living this secret life because I'm getting high and stuff like that. And within that secret life, I was able to I ran away, and I started to transition.
Yes.
I started to transition socially. Not just socially.
And
really.
people were gagged.
They were gagging.
I'm not gonna lie.
And I lost a lot of people in that process.
Yeah, people weren't really playing fair, or I don't want to say playing fair. People weren't really accepting.
People felt
the
like
new you, and
people felt like I took something away from them because people adored me as who I was before. I felt like I was so adored, and I didn't want to hurt anybody, but there's certain family members right now that I love and adore that don't have anything to do with me. And there was a lot of friends that I made even in the community that were blatantly pissed. And it's one thing I learned is that, especially, let's talk about the community for a second, that if you're a part of the community and people they're lifting you up, they're clapping for you, they're hitting you up on social media. So don't, please. It's so important because I didn't really know what the difference between fake love and real love was. I don't think, because I was disappointed when people turned their back on me, when people were talking about me. Because one day I went on Facebook and people were like, there was a post about me, and they were like really reading down people. I mean, and let me tell you something. Out of the whole post, I think there was like one person that actually had a interaction with. Because that's one thing about this town. You gag at who knows you, because I didn't know any of those people. And they were really talking bad about me, talking about I look bad, and, and I did look a little rough. But people who I even connected with on a deeper level were like, even, to be honest with you, like LaDawn even told me, who's my mother, who's my mother in the lifestyle.
Gay mother.
Yes, my gay mother. So she told me, like, she said, I'm not gonna lie, I had a hard time, accepting that. You know what I'm saying? As me being, a male figure.
But I have, you know what? And I don't mean to cut you off, but I have a hard time with that because we are within a community that is also so judgmental.
Yeah.
And I just find it hard that somebody who's trans or people in the lifestyle have a hard time accepting when somebody finally finds themselves. it's almost like
But you know what? A lot of people didn't think I found myself. A lot of people thought that I was just trying it, and they didn't.
right, but they didn't know you.
You know what? And that's the thing is, and I have to take a partial responsibility because I did a good job at not letting people concealing and not letting people know who I was because I had such a front on. I was on 24/7. Um, but like that's what happens when you keep a secret for so long, and then the truth comes out. It's a gag, and that's the way that worked out. And it took a long time for me to be like, okay, so when I saw that I was getting so much hate from not just from the community, from it was fam, just a lot of areas, just all over this, just a lot of hate for people that knew me from before, which for some people it probably still exists. But anyways, I moved away. I moved to Massachusetts.
Okay.
And nobody there knew me, so that built up my self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? The only person and I want to give this person a shout out because I don't think he understands how much he really helped me. So Carlos Poppy, he was out there with me because we was doing our ones and twos, and he helped me so much because and now I'm getting emotional because a lot of people say a lot of bad things about him, and I get like he's done some things, but you know what? I saw a part of him that made me like love and respect him on a level so much because he would like really help his mom, like send her money and stuff like that because we were making
getting to that money.
We was getting to that bag. Like, and at the time, me being and you know what? As bad as I was on drugs, amazingly so, he did not judge me. He did not judge me. Like, he did not judge me at all. He was like helping me, like, like don't spend all your money on drugs. Go shopping, like get yourself together, do something, do that, do this and do that, and like was really it was really like he really helped me at the time. So he taught me how to make money and how to really for what we were doing. And I know a lot of people are saying like, damn, like yeah we were hoeing, yeah we were robbing, yeah we were doing what we needed to do. But when you're in survival mode, you need to do what you can do. You got one choice. You can either starve, you can either shit, or get off the pot. And at that time, I had to go in, and that's what we did. We went in, and so we went in, and so and then I got to a part where I had to stop utilizing him for what I was doing. I had to find my own way, and so we kind of parted ways and everything like that. But he really helped me a lot. So it was good to have at least, and it was the least person that I expected to have my back like that.
Yeah.
That did.
That's how it be, unfortunately.
But you know what? And I'm not mad at anybody. You know what?
Good.
I'm not mad at anybody because there was people through my addiction. I had to take responsibility. Like one of the most guilty things I did is I turned my back on my children, my gay children that I had, that I acquired. And who I love and respect so much to this day.
And we still love and respect the hell out of you.
And I felt like I turned my back on you guys because I was so ashamed because of the addiction. It was just like my life was so different. I was selling drugs. I was doing drugs. I had my house was a crack house, whorehouse combination. And it was just so disappointing because, here I am. I was this person who was going to school. I was a leader of the house that we had formulated, and and now I wasn't doing none of that shit. And I was just in this underworld, and I got connected because from my past of my addiction came back, like the people, the niggas I used to mess with, I used to hustle with. They was happy to have me back because because mother gets to it when I'm in the streets.
Mother gets
to it, but that's because I'm a survivor. Yeah. I'm a survivor. It's in my blood.
I'm a survivor.
And so,
but you want to know what? And that's dope. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy. But you want to know what? When I told you this the other day on the phone, I said that everything that you went through literally set you up for where you're at right now.
Yeah.
And where you're going for like what you're about to do. So dealing with now being sober and
So I was gonna say, so once I got sober again, because that was a 7-year run, of the
Yeah.
hoeing, the using, the selling drugs, and I got jammed up with the law once again, and I was like, you know what, baby,
But that last time, right?
the last time,
That last time was that last was that one.
So I prayed to God, like, please, like I was in jail, you know what I'm saying, and at that moment, it was like, I was not letting go of my womanhood up in jail. Like I was like, bitch, I'm fucking Lisa, and Lisa's who I'm staying. So when I went to jail, you know what I'm saying, my transition was shot. Because shout out to the girls who are on drugs who are trans. Transition is really, it's really, you really can't transition on drugs. You can't
Right.
medically transition on drugs, and it really affects your look in a way that really gives you like. I felt like I was a rough drag, and
Yeah.
and it was time to make some changes. So through the process of a good attorney I had a transgender attorney, and
Really?
yes, I had a transgender attorney, and she went in for me, and um, I got out, and I used it to my advantage. A lot of people be like, "Oh, because the way I got out, you would think did that bitch tell?" Like, no, we don't do that over here. I would have went and did my time if it came down to that. But anyways, so I got probation. I don't know how, because I'm a predicate felon. You know what I'm saying? So I gagged that happened. I didn't think it was gonna be an option for me. But being that, they have a soft spot for the girls, they worked with me and stuff like that and understood that, what happened. They're kind of like softer now with, with bail reform and all that kind of stuff. So, it was during the pandemic. So, they wasn't really holding the girls in jail with the pandemic. Thank God. So I got out and I pulled full steam ahead. I went and got clean. I was like, okay, I'm gonna show everybody what I'm working with. I'm gonna prove to myself what I'm working with. I have a family that I have to look out for, and I have to live for, and I have myself. And
So, do you have any advice to any femme queens who's out in the lifestyle right now that's trying to figure it out?
if you're on drug, if you're a transgender woman and you're on drugs and you want to get off drugs, um, reach out to me. I will help you. Um, but it must be done. It must be done because that existence in life. First of all, you got to understand that society. That's where they want us at. They want us in the dark. They want us in the hotel rooms. They want us in the alleyways. They want us only to come out at night. They want us in the underworld. They don't want us, and that's not. And baby, this world's for you too.
Yeah.
It's for me too.
There's jobs out here for us. There's
Yeah.
people willing to accept us and want us to be a part of the team.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about like ways to support yourself in the community, outreach centers. Like there's so many places for the girls to figure it out.
Yeah. So, it's not an uncommon thing for people in our lifestyle, even, I'm talking to, gays and, and stuff like that as well, and trans men and, the whole umbrella, the whole rainbow. Like drugs is so much in our culture that, it's like awkward if you don't do anything. I'm not trying to drive like everybody get abstinent, everybody get off drugs. No, I'm talking about people that are really affected or trapped in their addiction, and their addiction is running their life to the point where they feel like they don't have a life anymore.
Right.
For people that really want to get out and do something different, it's possible. So my advice would be to, is to reach out, is to get help, because all you got to do is have this much of desire, and it will take you in a lot of different directions.
So my question now, I guess, would be like, what are your plans for the community? Like what are you looking to do like in these next 2 years?
So I'm looking to. So what I'm trying to do is, so I'm about to be a certified recovery coach. So I'm about to do that. I just sent in the paperwork today. Actually, it's funny you say that because you got to pay for these things. So so I could get my certification. So I'm about to get certified. So once I do that, I want to try and see if I can develop my own program to help girls, because there's no sober living environments for trans women. It's only for men or for women. It's really hard to get in there because I went to an all women's facility.
They be hating.
And they were. I mean, but let me tell you something. And I don't want to get off subject because this will be a whole war. But these are women's spaces, and these are women's spaces. And so, sometimes as a trans woman, there's levels to transition. That's just, to me, it's like, it's okay to say that. And
There are different
there's definitely
levels.
levels.
There's the drag queen, there's the kitten, there's the one who's been on moans, who's starting to see progress, there's the one who's been on
Yes.
moans and
And
realness.
it's not just about your look, it's about the way you conduct yourself.
That too.
Your level of aggression, your mannerisms, your presence. And sometimes when you allow a male who may identify as female into a facility that's for women, it can greatly distract the other women from what it is that I'm talking about. Women that are in recovery, it can greatly distract from the environment. When I went to one facility, there was another trans woman who was there who was trying to fuck the other girls that were there, and she used to wear like her sweatpants and like her bulge be swinging and stuff like that. Like me, I got along with her. I thought she was cool as fuck, but I knew that her situation was like, and I'm using her because I'm being respectful, but she did not have, like, she wasn't like this. Like, it was like, you know what I'm saying? She
it was giving gender non-conforming.
It was, it was given, okay. So anyway, so it was, you know what I'm saying? So I like to be open-minded towards everyone. However, the world just created a way. The world created a certain kind of way, and the world does not change by design just because we've transitioned. I don't think so.
Yeah,
no. We deserve our rights. We deserve our protection at the same time. But I believe the expectation is that we assimilate to the world don't assimilate to us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very
to a
true.
certain degree. To a certain degree.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? There's always exceptions to the rule. It's very confusing.
The approach, how you approach these things and situations greatly affect the outcome. Sometimes certain things for the girls like us, we can't avoid, and that's people being over us and being aggy.
Yeah.
We can't take. But for the most part, it is really how you approach these things that is what gets you through.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I know that you know a lot about transitioning. What are some of the things that the girls don't know? Because I have here in my notes, it said sex change and the real behind the hype. So what are your thoughts on that?
So, I've been living like this for.
And now, wait, let me pause. Mm-hmm. And when I say sex change, I mean for the girls who are like us, but now want to remove their bottom parts, their bottom private parts, and fully go all the way. That's what I mean by sex change.
So, I've been transitioning for it's going to be 10 years. However, I've been around the girls for a long time because I'm up in age. However, so I've seen a lot of different things. I've seen a lot of different situations, and I don't have the SRS. I don't, and it's not for me. And I really think that girls need to know that it's for them before they do that. And when I mean it's for you, meaning that do you actually, are you like, what is your, like, ask yourself, I think it's important to ask yourself, why do you want this? Do you want it because, like, what is the reason why you want this? Because
you sure you wouldn't get rid of that dick, bitch?
Because once it's gone, it's gone. It's going to change your sex life. It's going to change the way you go to the bathroom. It's going to, and you have to you have to be willing to put the work in to nurse it back to health. Yeah. Once you have it. And from my previous, I don't like, I don't like recovery process surgery. I don't like the bleeding. I don't like the way it looks when you first get it. I'm talking about other surgeries that I've already had. Just surgery in general, you have to be able a person that is able to have the mental endurance for that process.
Because it's a process. Because I even, like, for my facial femme, you know all about it. It was a hard even like 3 months out, I was still having like a hard time, like trying to figure out like if I like it, if I like my face. Yeah. And I love everything, but it was just a process that I didn't know was going to drag for as long as it did. Mentally, That's the part that we have to think about when getting these surgeries, because we look at the other girls and we
And you
compare
think you're going to get what you're going
ourselves.
to get.
Right, or you think that you're going to live the same lifestyle as them, or
Just
something
because you
like
get it.
get the same results as them, and it's like it's not. You know, like you should never. Yes, it's great to have reference. It's great to be inspired, but but being inspired is also doing the work to find out more about what you like and what you're doing.
Yeah, because once it's gone, it's gone. And so if your lifestyle, to me, the women who I know who have the best experience with it is women who have the ability to live stealth if they choose to, women like that. And they are encountering a lot of men who who expect them to have that type of genitalia. And I know it's about you, it shouldn't really be about what other people think. However, the thing about it is that, if you're a top, for instance, and you're trans, which exists, you might not want to do that. You know what I'm saying? If you enjoy that type of pleasure, you might not want to get rid of it.
Right,
You
yeah.
might not be happy with it. Or you know what I'm saying? Or if you get clocked and stuff like that, you don't want to get clocked and have that done.
Yo, I would. Yo,
You know,
I would get.
if you have that done and you screaming you're a woman and you get clocked.
Wait. Yo, no, wait, because gag. I would, bitch, I would gag if I got all this work done
Yeah, and you getting clocked.
and somebody's still clocking me, calling me, asking me if I'm a dude, and I got a
Yeah,
whole
or the way they
pussy
do
in
it
my
nicely.
pants.
You be at the store getting your groceries, and the lady goes, "Okay, sir, would you like a bag, plastic bag or a paper bag?" And you just gag. So you know what I'm saying? Because I've seen some transgender women who have the first surgery they got was their vagina, and they're like on very little hormone therapy, like medically and insurance wise and stuff. You can get your SRS at a year on hormones. Some people like a year, or some people like 2 years. But that don't mean just because you can get it, don't mean that it's for you to do that.
I want to know what that pain is like.
I heard
Like,
it's excruciating.
oh my God, I'm sitting here thinking about the facial fin pain. I'm sitting here thinking about the titty pain.
Yeah. But it's doable because people
my
do it.
God. Oh
If
my
you want
God.
something bad enough, the pain is like, is something that you can deal with. Because I know some people who have very successful SRS surgery. They have a great outcome. It looks great. It functions great. And they're very happy.
Yeah.
And God bless those women who do that. But I know some girls who are great candidates for it, but then they got a bad result. And then there's some girls who may have gotten a good result, but they wish they didn't do it.
Right.
So, you have to really, like, there should be no shadow of a doubt before you get that. If you have doubts, I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea.
Like, I didn't have no doubts about getting my titties. I told my doctor, I said, you know what? I want big titties. You know what I'm saying? And he said, I got you. So we agreed on 800 cc's.
Yeah.
I woke up. This nigga like, welcome back. I gave you 900 cc's. I said, ah! Mind you, they still look small to me. But that was just a dysphoria.
So
you
must have had, for you to get 900 your first go round, you must have developed some nice
I
breast
had
in
a
your own.
substantial amount of breast tissue before my surgery. Actually, people was thinking that because of my push.
I thought your push was sickening.
Thank you.
Yes.
But for people who don't know about push, they thought that I had got implants. Like my my makeup artist, Shaquanda. Hey, Shaquanda. She, when I had sat in her chair the first time, she was like, "So did you get, da da da?" And I was like, "Mm." I was like, "I grew them, boo." But but yeah, like that was. But even with me having the breast tissue there, that pain.
Yeah.
Even though I had enough skin to stretch, that pain, I cannot imagine the pain down here.
So when I was trying to grow my breast, I was doing shots at first, and I grew a little something. And then, but in order for me to get a cup size, I had to start taking progesterone with the shots. So I started taking progesterone, and it helped because it helped me get. And I still take it to this day because it just gives you that flesh. That flesh that you.
I should get progesterone. I don't take progesterone. I should get it.
It's amazing. I love it. I was actually talking to one of our other girlfriends earlier today about it. I love it. So I feel like hormones are all about balance. So if you like when you're on, and you gotta understand that a lot of our doctors they know best, but they don't know it all. You know what I'm saying? I felt like the girls to me were the best results are the ones who were um, back in the days who weren't even able to go to the doctor. They were just talking with each other about their experience. But
That's how I learned, and I said that on my live earlier today. I was like, I was taught by older trans women
mhm.
that taught me. I didn't even get a doctor until my late 20s. I didn't
Yeah.
even get a real hormone doctor till my late 20s.
But when it comes down to it all, consistency is best. That's why, like,
Consistency is
whatever you're
key.
taking, just stay on. But you got to stay on it. You can't
You
fall
can't do
or too much.
a half a cc one
Yeah.
week, and then next week you want to do a cc and a half. No, you need to either stay a half a cc consistently every week,
I think consistency is the key.
or 1 cc every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be. It's called a regimen. Got to stay on that regimen as well as doing your blockers and stuff. But I want to kind of
Yeah.
switch faces.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite in ballroom right now? Who's your faves?
My-
Not just your favorite.
It depends. I like different girls at different times.
Okay.
Okay, so who am I watching right now? Who inspires me and stuff like that? Okay, so say the category and I'll tell you who I watch.
Okay, Femme Queen Realness.
Realness.
Or
I like the one Little Kim.
oh my goodness, wait.
I like watching.
Oh,
I like
shit,
her.
no. You know
That's
what?
I live for her.
I ran into her. I ran into her one night when I went out in the city one time. I think I was by myself.
Yeah.
But I ran into her. But I see that she's been blowing up.
Is she a
recently.
sweetheart? Is she nice?
She is nice. She was chill. We didn't interact a whole lot.
She's really pretty.
We was in line. Yeah, no,
And
she's
she
sick.
just looks like the doll. Like she's so cute.
I
She's so
don't
cute.
mean it's like a lesbian, but her lips are so fire. Like her lips are.
She's really pretty.
I'm a lip
Yeah.
person, and her lips are tea.
See, and the thing about it is when it comes down to realness, let's talk about realness for a second. Like, I'm the type of girl, like, I judge girls on, like, when I want to, like, I've given a girl her props and say she's beautiful, she's pretty, which I think, I love all the girls are kind. However, like, if I'm really jacking a girl, it's a girl who I know that they can strip this all off and still be the girl.
The dog.
I love that. You know what I'm saying? And I can look at that Little Kim girl, and I can, even though she's always on a 10, like her hair, she's always very well put together. I know that when she goes home and puts her shit up in a ponytail, she's still a cutie pie.
Yeah.
Like, I can see that about her. And I really admire those kinds of girls.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Who can actually strip it down. I love that. Like,
that's why I love my daughter Destiny. So
she's one of those girls too.
So much.
She can strip it off home and she's still like that girl. Like, that's when I can genuinely say, like, I mean, if you're a glamour girl and that's what you do to put your zhuzh on, and you know, and that's what it's necessary for you to do that, you're over too. But I am more attracted to girls who can just really strip it down. Yeah.
Yeah. So now what about in the Vogue category?
I don't really watch Vogue anymore because to me, Femme Queen Performance isn't Femme Queen Performance anymore.
Is it too dramatic for you?
It's too dramatic. It's too dramatic. I don't enjoy it. And I feel like it's so masculine. You know what I'm saying? To do all those acrobatics, don't get me wrong, I love the stunts, but I'm not invested in it. Like, I want to, like, I don't look at that and say, who's that? It doesn't make me do that.
Yeah, after a while, like, I'm not going to hold you, like, the twisters, like, the butch queens that are twisters.
Yeah.
I could see that being, like, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, they butch queens. They niggas. Yeah. But as far as, like, for the girls.
But I must say.
Be tearing it, like. Go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I must say, there's one current girl to me who actually can get out there and do all that shit that still is giving Femme Queen Performance.
Oh,
Tasha.
I knew you was gonna say that. I knew it. I knew you was gonna say that.
She is so. Oh my god.
Because that's who
I've been watching her. Like, I've been watching her.
Yeah.
I've been watching her, but. Right now, like, when I watch her, because I watched the Latex Ball.
Yeah, you see how she got up in that?
I was like, yo, okay, she's keeping
up.
And
she got body.
And she's, right, and she's gorgeous and all the things. And she still can do all that shit.
She can get down.
And she still maintains that femininity.
She studied the blueprint. Like
So,
she's been around
but
all the
she's
fab
like one of the
girls.
last. She's one of the last bitches standing out of, to me, because the last train of era of girls that I was living for, because I was living for Asia, I was living for Tamai, I was living for all, Jazz and all that group of girls. I was living for their battles. I was living for what they were bringing to the table.
I miss
It was sick,
that.
Erica Kane. I was living to watch that. Like,
Oh yeah.
I was tuning in. They were making it fire.
I used to live to see when
That era right there, and
No,
I'm
but when
old.
Erica-
I'm older, so I was there for the eras before that. But they have a hot era.
when Erica Kane used to pop out, I used to actually be really inspired by Erica Kane because
Her swag.
her swag.
Her swag.
And I knew that she liked Nicki's swag because she had
I know what you're talking about. The Nicki Minaj
she redid that shit. She was voguing and she had the bob.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
That's a bad bitch.
But that, I'm saying all this to say is that era of Femme Queen
was sickening. It was
and
sickening.
I cannot wait until we get another round of sickening
Because
Femme Queen.
right now, I can't tell you who the girls are that do that. I just can't, because to me, it's just, I mean, nothing. No era beats that. I'm up there. So the era, like the older era, was sickening. And so for them at the time, to me, for the young girls to have their own era, like that was just so fucking fire. But so right now, I don't know who votes. I don't know their names. I don't know. But yeah, Tati, I'm gonna give it to her right now because to me, that's like she's like the last man standing, the last woman standing. You know what I'm saying? For doing that. Like,
yes, I respect that. Well, my favorite Femme Queen, I don't really have a favorite for the voguing. I will say Tati if I was like who's one of my favorites, I probably would say her first because that's who comes to my mind who's as a Femme Queen who's been tearing it. Honey Balenciaga is really dope too.
Yeah.
The one that was on Beyonce's tour.
Yeah, oh yeah, well he's a talent. He's a straight up talent. Like that's just raw.
But now wait,
talent.
So
but there's a lot of kids that are doing that right now, but I just don't know who they are because I've been watching. And I don't never watch the whole. Like I don't really. There's nobody I really want to tune into. I want to find something I can tune into because I love watching.
My fave right now, my fave of the girls is Giselle Barbie Royale. She's a pageant girl, but she's a performer.
I could see
she is sickening. I really, 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 really cannot wait to meet her. I cannot wait to meet her. Like I want to meet her so bad.
Okay.
And the reason why is because I want to be her understudy. I want to study her craft, study what she does.
Okay.
And because that's what I want to do. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason why
I can see that for you.
That's what I want to do.
I can see that for you.
And if I want to do it like anyone, it would be like her. You know, I would really love for her to be my mentor and something like that. But that's just me talking. But however, that's somebody like in the scene right now that I'm living for.
Yeah, I like what she brings.
The swag.
I do watch her. Oh I have watched her, and she's everything.
She's just everything. You know
but my
what I'm saying?
favorite, as far as the Femme Queen face category, that I really enjoy watching, and I really like what she brings is there's a few girls actually, but I like Lola.
Yeah, Lola's
I really like Lola. I really think that she's really pretty, and and I really think that her what's the word? Like her aura is just so clean, and it's so. I really like what she brings.
Yeah, I like her too.
She's a bad bitch.
She's definitely a baddie. Sabrina. So one of my faves for realness and is it body or is it realness?
Oh, Sabrina Icon. She's like older. I like her.
No, she is from down in Florida. I battled her when I went down to Florida.
Oh, okay.
When I battled.
She's sickening.
She's so fucking cold. Like she won at the latex. Wait, what's it? The recent latex? Yes, she did because she had on yellow with the feathers. Body, face, and her voice is tea, and she's so nice. She's a sweetheart. I met her. It was no tea.
I really like when you meet somebody that's from the scene
and they're nice
and they're really nice and they're really sweet.
Because I met a lot of y'all bitches and y'all bitches is mean.
And the thing about it is I have never have an expectation that somebody's just going to be my friend, but no, it's really nice when you meet, just like when you meet a celebrity, because it's kind of like those are our celebrities. When I used to live in LA, we used to run into celebrities all the time, and then they were never nice. Like very rarely were they nice.
Yeah.
And so I kind of turned me off to famous people. But
But now, in terms
yes.
of ballroom,
Yeah.
let's talk about the House of Giovanna.
Okay.
As you all, well, some of you may not know, but as you all know, we were the premier house of Albany. We were running things at the top of the 2010s. We were really like the standard as far as houses and events, and it's the facts. Is it not?
It's the facts.
It's the facts.
It's the facts.
And you had a lot to do with that.
Yes. So
with that,
yeah.
Where does Giovanna stand today?
So right now, there is no, there is really no House of Giovanna. It doesn't. I mean, it's.
Are we getting a reunion tour? I mean,
so
a reunion.
This is the thing. So this is the thing. Mother would have to initiate that because it's her house and it's her name, and she would have to initiate that. So what would happen is I would not, because the kids are all in different directions. I'm in a different page in my life. You're in a different page in your life. My sons are doing great, amazing things in their own lives. So we would not be able to form like a house again. But what we could do like a reunion ball.
Yes.
And if we were to do that, I would not want any of us to walk that ball. Because it would be our way of showing nostalgia and giving back to the community, because we would throw a wonderful and amazing event that would give the essence of what we always did, which was excellence. And I think that community deserves to have that. Not that, because I'm really loving what I'm seeing.
Shout out to Juju.
Yeah, I'm really loving what I'm seeing with that.
He's really been doing a lot as far as balls.
I love the fact that the seed was planted and it actually grew some flowers out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I look at you guys as the flowers of what we planted, and Juju's included in that. And shout out to also the other mothers who came after, like Lamia.
Mother Tara too.
Mother Tara.
She had her little movement too.
She had a little movement, and London J. Precise.
Absolutely.
I have to give
shout out to my sister London. Those
ladies, I have to give them the utmost respect, the utmost props, because, and what they did is they not only did they come aboard, but they just flourish in their own ways.
Yeah.
And they're still around doing what they do, doing their thing, and they're so well respected
with active members.
With active members, yes. And I love that for them. I love it. I love what I see. I really do.
And that's what it's about. And shout out to like you said, Lamia, London, all the Juju as well, because Juju is also a house mother. Thank you for keeping that ballroom scene, or just the scene, not even ballroom.
Keeping it alive.
Keeping it alive.
That's what we wanted. We wanted Albany to have its own scene. There's a difference. It's not the mainstream ball scene. It's
not the mainstream, but it's a scene.
It's just our local scene, and that's okay. Because the kids up here deserve to have something to do. They deserve to have something to pour into that's positive, and to showcase the talents, because there is talent here in Albany. And it also, when you develop leadership skills, when you develop creativity, when you nurture a talent, it can manifest itself in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
So I love what I see.
So now, one of my questions I have here: what's the biggest moment you recall from Giovanna? What's one of the biggest moments from the House of Giovanna that you can recall?
Okay, so there's a few. There is a few. I really liked Runway's Revenge Ball.
Oh yeah.
I really thought that was sickening.
Didn't I design something for that flyer? Didn't I help y'all design something? I helped y'all design one of them flyers. Remember I was drawing all the time back then?
Yeah, my brother did the flyer for that ball. For Runway's Revenge.
But didn't I help with something on one of them?
I think so. I don't remember quite much.
Yeah, anyway.
But we had Paris on the mic. We had...
And shout out to Paris.
He's one of the founding members of the House of Giovanna. Him and Mother Giovanna started the House.
I'm also mother of his house right now. I'm the New York mother of the House of Junior Mafia. Shout out to my brother for still doing his bit. I have to shout him out right now.
Yeah, and he's a member of Mainstream Ballroom, and he's doing his
Yes, he's a Mouth of the South. Shout out to you, Paris, because you want to know
We
what?
love you.
You still out here doing your thing. He's still out here doing his thing too. He
Mother
don't
stays
play.
in contact with Paris.
He do not play.
So and that's why we were just a powerhouse because we had it all. You know what I'm saying? We had some other kids too that are no longer like are really around, like that were in the house too. That I fucking like. I love C and Playboy and Mia at one point.
Mia,
you know what I'm saying? They
Playboy,
were all part of the house. Yeah, and and they were sickening children.
C.
Tavon.
Yep.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
brother.
Like they were sickening children for the house. I mean, we had little judge.
We did,
And so yeah.
But now one of the best memories, well, the best looks I'll say that Giovanna had was that Halloween ball when we all.
So that was my ball.
That was sickening.
Now that I was gonna say. So that picture that we took of us on the stairs, I love looking at. The best part about the picture, first of all, Calypso. Fucking Calypso looked like a fucking goddess.
A goddess.
She, we cannot forget about that bitch because she was one of our female figures of the house, in drag, and she was so gorgeous. That bitch was winning and winning and winning and winning and winning. Yeah, from she was sickening.
Yeah.
My sons, Kimante and Ricky. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about the house with Giovanna that I'm going to say is that aesthetically, we were
pleasing.
We were beautifully. It was beautiful, and it was beautiful because not only did it look, all the members have looks, and I'm just going to say that. That's not to be cocky, but the look of it was just gorgeous, and we were like family. Like we really loved each other, and I haven't seen that matched yet. So I'm waiting to see what you bitches are gonna do. Because that right there, and it's not to try, I do want to say that it's definitely something to aspire to want to. I feel like the house of Giovanna for what it brought to Albany was iconic because it's the goalpost. Like you should aspire to do that. And also you should and I'm gonna end with this one about the house of Giovanna. It's also important it's great to have agencies participate in funding your functions. But it's very important to really stand on your own feet and fund your own situations. Because let me tell you, when you do that, there's no governing of your situation. Nobody can tell you how to run your shit when you're in charge of it. So shout out to anybody who uses an agency because that's beautiful. Because I love the fact that the balls are free because people will come. But we never were able to throw a free ball because we paid our own money out of our own purse for the balls, but it was our shit. And so that's why I'm so proud of it, is because it was 100%. What you see, it was 100% us.
That is so real.
Yeah.
That is so real.
And I'm so proud of that.
I'm so proud of that too. I'm honored to have been able to make so many moments with you guys.
But do you see the development from when we first started?
Oh yes.
When we first
started. When I was walking my first balls, I didn't know how to fucking walk runway. I was skipping down the goddamn runway, balloons falling out my fucking fur vest.
When your balloons fell out, right? It did, right?
I was so embarrassed with a cheetah print bomb. Y'all let me do anything.
No, but let me tell you something. No, but we knew. No, me and Mother, because I said, Ma, she's got balloons in her chest. Mother said, it's okay. She said it's okay. She said, let them have fun. But you see the growth, the motherfucking glow up, how it just happened with everyone.
Yeah.
The glow up, the end result, it was amazing. So,
and for that, I want to give you your flowers and tell you thank you so much. And you have always been so much to me.
Thank you.
I have never switched up on you.
No, you never
will.
No.
The love has always been here. The love will always be here. You have supported me in so many different ways from the beginning till now.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever repay you, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But I just want you to know how much I love you and how much you mean to me. And we are locked in forever and ever and ever and ever. And you are my gay mother.
Yes.
Letting y'all know now this is my gay mother. Okay? And it's all love. And thank you so much for being on my show.
Oh my God, thank you. I love you.
I love you too. So with that, guys, this was the first episode of Dreya's Closet. We didn't have to take no stops. This can go straight up. I'm so happy, guys. Remember, follow me on Instagram, Closet of Dreya. Follow my Facebook page, Dreya's Closet. Do what you got to do. Also subscribe.
I love you all.
Yes. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dreya's Closet. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, Lisa. Thank you again for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
This is the motherfucking rap, honey. And also know that love is the highest vibration. Bye-bye.